Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. This is a podcast about the strange and unusual, the secret and conspiracies, the fringe and the supernatural. This is a show where we do little to no research on our topics. We are not professionals in any field except speculation. This is the Secret Transmission Podcast. This is going to be episode number 10. Today we are going to talk about the Zika virus. I am your host, Toby, and I have a bunch of guests with me who don't know anything about Zika virus. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Professional Kristen.
Yeah.
Special guest Rudy.
Just Tina.
Evan.
How are you guys doing? We always jump right into the topic, but we never do like the normal radio show like, how you doing? We're doing good. Hey, how's life?
It is exhausting.
You really want to
We
know?
made friends with a homeless man here lately.
No.
Good for y'all.
Yeah,
See, you're supposed to give one of those fake answers like when you're at Walmart and they're like, how's your day? You're like, good. Even if just your dog just got hit by a car. You're supposed to lie.
You want to hear
Evan's
it all?
just going to tell you exactly what happened. We made friends with a homeless man. His name is AJ.
AJ, yes.
Did he have the Zika virus?
Maybe.
Maybe. AJ doesn't give us very much information besides that his hatchet is very sharp.
He sharpens it with a sharpening stone by himself.
It was extremely sharp. I was very impressed. Hats off to you, AJ.
Okay, so I know we didn't do much research on the Zika virus, but it is a very recent topical topic.
Topical topic?
Topical topic?
Like you put it on your...
Yeah,
No, you put it on your skin?
you apply.
I applied the Zika.
You gotta rub it in good.
Rub it in good.
Put the lotion on your skin or else you get the hose again.
So, it has been in the news a lot. Do y'all know anything about it? I mean, it's been in the news, but do y'all know anything about it?
It has come from Africa. I know that, just like the...
It's bloodborne,
It's bloodborne?
like from mosquitoes.
Right.
It is a mosquito-borne disease, and possibly they've been talking about a sexually transmitted disease.
I believe that you just read that.
Like AIDS.
I did.
I was asking
Right
if
off
you knew
of my
anything
notes.
before you started reading up on
It's
it, jackass.
almost
Right
as
off of my
serious
notes.
as AIDS is what I did here.
Okay, so some of the information I have is the Zika virus was first found in the Zika forest in Uganda around 1947. It's related to the yellow fever and the West Nile, which, same thing, carried by mosquitoes, and everyone freaks out about it because when was the West Nile?
Oh, West Nile, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
A few years ago, wasn't it?
West Nile was
West Nile is every year, guys.
2012.
Every year they have a West Nile scare.
He had West Nile 2 years ago.
Really?
Did we never tell you guys that?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. I heard it.
I don't really remember.
He had West Nile. It turned into
What a
meningitis.
friend. Okay, I'm a really good friend. Evan, just so you know, I remember
So
you
you're a
having
West Nile survivor.
I'm a West Nile survivor.
Do you have a bracelet or anything?
Oh, I'm a West Nile
It's
carrier.
documented for the state.
Yeah, the state called me. At first, the state did not want to help
In
me
case of
test for it at
accident,
all.
I'm a West Nile carrier.
But after the hospital did confirm it was not West Nile after my spinal tap, then the state wanted to know all about it.
Wow.
So I told them to frank off.
Oh, yeah.
Beating
like
Frank's
that.
off.
So, can you give blood or I mean, not give blood. Yeah, no, give blood. Can you give blood?
I can indeed, yes.
Okay, well, I didn't know if it was like something that stayed with you forever. Just wanted a little side note right there just to see about West Nile, because I don't know nothing.
Yeah, it just sucks at the time, and then...
I was say off record, he's been giving blood. On record, is that okay?
I sell my blood for lots of money. I never told him I had West Nile. I don't know if I killed anyone.
I don't mark that check mark.
No, I think it's gone. You don't carry it.
Right.
But
You're immune. Maybe you're immune like a vaccination.
Actually, they say once you're have had West Nile, then it's easier for you to get it again.
I thought you were gonna be like, it's like chicken pox. You get it once,
I thought you
you're
were gonna
good.
be like you're immune to it almost.
Easier
like
for you to get it again. The next time you get it,
More
if you
prone.
get it again, it'll be a lot worse than the first time. Is what I've heard.
So it's like
Fuck you.
sucky chicken pox.
Yeah.
It gets worse and
like
worse.
Reverse chicken pox.
Yeah.
So don't get the Zika virus.
So, well, Zika is more like
A
there
Zika?
is no treatment. Yeah, I keep calling it a Zika. If I call it a Zika, I'm sorry. I don't know why. There is no treatment right now. As of February 2016, there is no prevention or vaccine or drugs that they can give you to help the Zika virus. In pregnant women, it can cause abnormal brain development and cause miscarriage or microcephaly. Is that how you say it? Microcephaly? And I didn't do a lot of research on what exactly that is. What, you got something to say? What?
She's thinking microsyphilis. is
I'm
what she's
thinking of
Very
tiny.
small
Okay,
syphilis?
so they say that
The microcephaly.
the babies that come out are like tiny. They have irregular, like, small heads. Well, every time somebody says the Zika virus to me, I know this is horrible, but all I think about is Beetlejuice when he's sitting next to that guy with the tiny head.
That's awful.
You stole my joke, by the way.
So sorry. He's like, I got your number. And I think, there's Zika virus. That's what I think of it as.
Well, and it.
And I'm a terrible person, too, because that's exactly what I thought. Whenever they brought up the tiny
Maybe I'm a
baby
good
hair.
person. Maybe you're a good person and you thought that. Just
No,
because I thought that
we're
doesn't mean
horrible-
that we're terrible.
horrible people, okay? We
Y'all are
thought the
making
same
fun
thing.
of poor little babies with smaller limbs and.
He's like, oh, look at that. I'm number. And then he's like, skirt.
Should
and
I
he
just go
dust
back
on
up
him.
and cut this out?
Throws
Prank.
dust on him, and there he is with the tiny
I'm
head.
leaving it.
I believe microcephaly
Oh,
is
delete
correct,
me?
though.
Microcephaly.
I'll delete you.
Okay, so I want to say a lot of stuff that I read, it shows that it's got there's believing that this Zika virus and the microcephaly are linked together. Like, they're pretty sure that the Zika virus causes microcephaly, but they don't know if microcephaly is caused by the Zika virus, like, only. Like, there may be other ways to get it, but I don't know.
There might be unknown factors like
So
could be genetics
microcephaly,
or-
Right, genetics.
microcephaly
So it could be-
is where the child has small head.
Yes, and
Well, then
other
if it's
small
caused by
birth
other
defects.
things, then it would have already popped up. And
Well, it
has.
is something that's been
But-
popping up for years.
I don't know.
The CDC has issued travel guidance on affected countries. Pregnant women are advised to postpone trips. Some countries have advised women just to not get pregnant at all until they understand more about the Zika virus. I'm jumping to the conspiracy stuff, but that's a big conspiracy part of this. Is a lot of people believe that is their way of controlling the population.
Don't get pregnant.
Well, yeah, because that's going to control the population.
Right.
Or if this is causing birth defects and stuff, that's going to kill off any new babies. Or anyone that has this Zika virus, they will be sick, basically. So
Right.
it might kill them, whatever. So it's a population control
I'll say
method.
it's weird though because since we do Periscope, I can say that we're here in Gainesville, Texas, and last year our mosquito count was nothing. We had no mosquitoes.
We had flies.
Yeah, we had flies.
Tend
So,
to.
I mean, even if, to call that big of a scare to everybody saying don't have kids, this is getting into conspiracy theory right here, but that's kind of like mind control, not to repopulate the earth because you're afraid that your child's going to have
Well-
a small head.
As far as the mosquitoes last year, we had a pretty harsh winter that killed off a lot of the
I guess
mosquitoes.
that's true.
Right, but they're
because
saying
the
that this has
previous
happened here
year-
recently, like within
Last few
miles of
months.
us, right?
Yeah, down in Dallas somewhere, right?
Well, if you think about it, we haven't really had much of a winter this year, and our summer was flooded. So the mosquitoes just spawn like crazy.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
This year, our
But here
mosquitoes
we
are going to
didn't
be
have anything.
insane. No, not last year, but this year
Oh,
we'll
this
probably
year?
have some insane mosquitoes.
Mhm.
We've been talking about it for a
And
while.
that's why I will be posted around. If I go outside, I'll have a net around me like a picnic table.
Surround yourself, because even bug spray,
Yeah.
it won't.
Yeah.
Like when the
It
pop-up
doesn't really
things
do
you put
anything.
around Tupperware,
Right.
like
The
human.
mosquitoes are probably going to be horrid this year.
Well, so far there have only been 3 cases that have linked to it being a sexually transmitted disease. I guess It is.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's like AIDS, sexually transmitted disease.
14 other
Can't get rid
cases.
of it.
14 other cases are being examined right now. One male semen showed the Zika virus had traces in it to last. He was infected, and it was from within like 2 weeks after the man was contaminated with the virus. So he got the virus, and it took about 2 weeks before it was like fully in his body, I guess.
But he didn't feel it?
For it to incubate, or
Well, no, they had fever and all the other.
So is it
things
flu-like symptoms, or?
With all the research I did do, I forgot to write down the symptoms.
It was like a fever, rash, like red eyes. It's something else too. There were a couple symptoms on there. So either you have Zika or you're high and you just don't know it.
So for
I
all the party
accidentally
goers,
got
like,
high.
Accidentally got high.
all the party
man.
goers are like, this is normal for me. Just keep going.
Right.
Keep trekking. It's okay.
So there is a current case of a man who was outside of the United States. He came home. He had unprotected sex with a female, and now she has it. She hasn't left the country or anything like that.
Did they quarantine her?
No, and that's the other thing. It hasn't been determined that if a woman can spread it, but right now a male and his semen can spread it. So if you do have the Zika virus and you still want to get laid, please use a condom.
Watch out for all them fellow males out there, girls.
I know that it is easier for men to transmit STDs to women than it is for women to transmit them to men.
Really?
But
Yeah,
it's easier
and
to
that's-
blame a woman.
It's
Because you're all
Like,
whores.
no, bitch, it was you.
all your fault.
It was
It's all your
you.
fault. Yeah. No, it's easier just because the fluids are inside of our body. You guys have external sex organs, so it generally stays on the outside.
It's more convenient, too.
Yeah. It just works better that way. But yeah, it's for any STD, it's easier typically for a man to spread it to a woman than vice versa.
Interesting. Well, like I said, right now the Zika virus is only being known to be transferred from male to female. So, and I think I read something that if you are pregnant and you have sex with someone that has had,
Oh, that's what I was wondering.
it can still affect the baby. So,
It can cross the placenta.
yeah.
Even, I wonder if there's
That's
like...
exactly what it said.
But
And
I wonder if
you didn't
there
read that, so
is
you're
like
good.
a certain time of birth where it crosses, or does it cross all the time? Like, is it in the early stages, or I'm not saying
I'm saying
ask what the man
I'm
is
good
in
now.
stage.
I'm 3 months.
Like, I had the Zika virus for about 6 months, and you're about like 6 months on birthing, so we're good.
Well, okay, it did say it took 2 weeks or so before it was in the male's system and in his semen. So,
But surely they're working on something that can like prevent this, because
they probably are working on something.
since they have already, with AIDS, they have made it where people can have more normal lives and live easily than you can with a Zika virus. But I have a feeling that it's going to just fade away like Ebola.
It may. I mean, it might.
Maybe.
One day you're going to wake up and it's going to be gone. What if you, previously having the West Nile virus, and now with a Zika virus hits it and you turn into some fucking super mutant? That'd be amazing.
The result is death. I'll just die.
No, what if it's like superhero, like you're like,
Get the health factor.
yeah, like
His name is
been bit. But
West Nile Zika Man.
you're gonna turn. Oh man, what was that show that we watched recently?
West Zika Man.
Where he goes and he time travels and there's a fly in there.
The
Why he
fly?
time travels?
The
Yeah,
fly?
I didn't know. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not very
Jeff
familiar.
Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's what
fucking hate Jeff Goldblum.
you
Guys,
could have, you could have
listen.
the fly
Hey, you know
as
what?
a husband.
We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna explain to Tina why Jeff Goldblum is a god. So we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Bill,
This is Phineas.
and together we're the Tattooed Bananas. We do a comedy podcast, and on our comedy podcast, we talk about all kinds of wacky crap, like,
Nutscaping.
I'll tuck you in tonight.
Turning your funeral into a funeral.
Can I have an ice pop? Can I have a candy?
Dick fishing. Furniture banging. and so much more. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and connect with us with the Potter and Family hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah, don't forget to check out the Instagram. Throw a bag of bagels at someone's head.
We're back. We've debated long and hard. Jeff Goldblum is awesome. Okay, but for serious, let's get to the real issues now with Zika virus. The government. The government's behind it all, right?
I just said that they're using it as a tactic to make sure that people are not going to have any more babies so that they can lower the population.
Well, okay, so there's a bunch of different conspiracy theories. There's the vaccines. They're saying some people believe that the vaccines that children are given, are giving people the Zika virus. And it's only certain people that are gonna like show the symptoms of it or actually be sick from it, that are getting it. It's being used in the TDAP, the tetanus. How do you say that? Tetanus.
Tdap.
Diphtheria.
Yeah, Tdap. Mm-hmm. What is that though? Diphtheria. And what is this one?
And pertussis.
Pertussis. I can't read big words.
Diphtheria and pertussis. It's Tdap, which is the tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis.
Right. So a lot of people think that that's where Zika is actually coming from, not the little mosquito bugs.
Which is really weird because we have a 1-year-old and we just gave him 2 vaccinations and they were kind of scary about it. I thought
he's got Zika, so he's okay.
I thought that I was on a
he needs to not have sex until they learn
Impractical
further.
Jokers show. So the doctor, I will say this. So the doctor comes in and he is like sitting close to me, and this guy's like within mouth distance of me, and he's like smiling at me real big, and I'm like, I'm in a room where there's 2 doors, one where the doctor enters and one where it's just empty, and I'm like,
where the Impractical Jokers were sitting.
Is somebody gonna come through this other door? And this guy's like really close to me, and I'm like in kissing distance, and I'm like, is this a joke or what's going on? And I'm like, no. And so I keep sitting there. Well, then whenever it comes time, he's like, well, we can get the shots over with. And I'm like, okay, because he's already sick. Let's just get it over with. We can give him Tylenol during the whole entire situation. And he comes in and he leans into the door, and the face that he gives is just like he's not even a doctor. They put somebody in there. Yeah, like he's a janitor.
Work here.
They put somebody that doesn't even work in here, and then he's like leaning and he's like, we can give him the shots right now. This is what he's going to need, and he's going to need the Hep, and he's going to need the measles, mumps, and rubella.
He was smiling because he's like, we're giving him Zika.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, and while he's doing this, I'm like, God, this is a weird doctor, And I'm like, okay. But, so I'm really weary about all of the vaccinations that you give a child. But I had them as a younger child, and when I got through having Ollie, they said that one of my vaccinations wore off, and they gave me a vaccination again. So they said that,
you have Zika.
Well,
was it
yeah,
pertussis?
probably.
You're a winner.
No, it was not pertussis. It was, I can't even think of what it is, but it wasn't pertussis. But they said it wore off, and you're going to have it again. And so they gave it to me again. They said that my body fought it, and it's gone.
I don't even know that.
I don't know.
They're really pushing pertussis lately, but Tdap has been around since...
forever.
Before we were born.
I mean, what was it? There was a vaccination that, my mom got, and she had a scar on her arm because it used to come in a circular. Chickenpox virus.
I thought it was polio.
Polio.
Yeah.
Okay, so it used to come, and it was like 10 needles, and it was in a circular, shape.
It would scar them really bad.
And she had a scar from it on her arm.
A lot of people in Mexico still get those, and they have a lot of really bad scars.
It's really weird from her to now that is not still, it's just 10 needles to 1. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Hopefully he did not get the Zika virus, but the guy was really weird and pushing it.
Well, a lot of people also believe that this is caused by genetically modified mosquitoes.
They're born in a lab?
Do you have something on this, Ev? You were telling me off microphone earlier about purchasing. Does that have to do with this? The
Like black
No.
market?
or is that two different things?
No.
Well, tell me what you got on both of those.
I know about the GM mosquitoes is that Brazil had released them in 2012 by the company, the British biotech company Oxitec. And then after that, after they released them,
Why would they release them? Did it say?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
It's the New World Order again, right there. The Illuminati trying to depopulize.
Oh, Lord, that's a
after
whole podcast.
Yeah, after they released them, it was in the same area that they released them that the new outbreak had occurred, and it was in the same area, everything like that Zika had popped up. So they released these genetically modified mosquitoes, and then right after that, Zika came up in the same exact area where this British company had released them.
This is really weird though, because I mean, you have. I know of 4 different episodes of different things that have happened. You have, like, unfortunately, the Chipotle thing, where their meat's tainted. They can't feed people, so they have to go underneath, observation. Then you have Bluebell. They have Listeria. 100 years that Bluebell was in business before they had anything happen. And now all of a sudden they have Listeria and they
Or
can't
that
get
they
rid
got
of
caught
it.
about.
Well, no, there would have been cases of it. And then now here they are, they have something, and it keeps popping up in the same Texas thing, like the same Texas branch. And then you have Ebola. And Ebola is here, and then now it's gone. And now you have the Zika virus, and now it's here, and then, it's like...
There's always something.
There's always something. There's something that is controlled. It seems like it's good, but it's controlled.
Well, there's a big belief that the company Monsanto, did they do the GMOs, the genetically modified?
The corn and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So a lot of people are trying to point blame at them for this somehow, like using bad chemicals and blaming the effects on Zika for like a scapegoat. They're like that. Now, again, a lot of this is happening from Uganda and stupid cat. It's happening from Uganda, and so they're.
Sounds like he's saying hello.
He's like, hi.
He's carrying
Hello?
shoes. He's carrying shoes.
But this is, it's coming from Uganda, so they're, I don't know, I don't think Monsanto has anything to do with anything in Uganda. I think it's other companies, but it's still, they're trying to blame a company like that, and I think there's some kind of lawsuit. I don't know. I'm probably lying on this one. But they're blaming that's to be the real cause, and they're using the mosquitoes and Zika as the scapegoat. There's also the chemtrails theory. Everyone believes in the chemtrails for something or another, whether it's cancer, mind control, weather control, or...
Well, that is true. I mean, after you had Ebola, there was a bunch of chemtrails in the air, and we even stopped and we took pictures of them, and then not long after, they were gone.
Yeah, when the Ebola thing was happening, because we live in Texas, north of Dallas, it was really weird. There was a triangle of chemtrail clouds. You know what the chemtrails are? Mm-hmm. The airplanes they leave. It was just really weird that it was south of us, like towards Dallas. I'm not saying it was over Dallas, because it could have been anywhere, but we did see a triangle of chemtrails, and it could have just been coincidence. And I don't know if chemtrails are a real thing or not, but
What do you think about it?
I don't know. From what I've read about the Zika, it's been in the States for about a year now, and it's already in like 23 countries. Why are we just hearing about it now?
Yeah, after a year. Well, I mean, Ebola took over the spotlight for last year.
Right.
There's always it's now. I did a little research, and
is it like the little yearly scare thing that they gotta do to people?
See, and that's what
diseases?
I thought it was a yearly thing. So I started looking at like the big yearly or the big things that I thought were happening yearly.
Right.
So like in 2001, anthrax. 2003, SARS virus.
Right.
2003, 2005, mad cow disease in North America. Now, mad cow disease had been around forever, but it was like the big, remember, all over the news. 2003 to 2005, the bird flu. And in 2012, the H5N1 virus.
Is that the swine flu?
Yeah, swine flu.
Or bird flu, whatever it is. In 2000, well, and this is other things that I also wrote down that were big issues in the news. So I don't know if this. That's why I was just trying to, because I was thinking maybe there's some kind of conspiracy, but I couldn't even find a connection. 2006, the trans fat in New York ban. Remember that big thing? Really?
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh God, it was everywhere. 2007 was the lead paint and toys. 2009 was the swine flu, which is the H1N1. That's the difference between bird flu and swine flu. Well, and that's when it was the pandemic was declared over. In 2010, the BPA, the plastics and stuff, when people were
BPA.
Yeah. So 2012, we had the West Nile. 286 were dead. Texas hit the hardest. There was no vaccine. Mosquitoes reduction was.
So honestly, if we're the ones that are hit the hardest all the time, we need to build bigger walls.
Oh, Donald Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump, please help us now.
Texas, and we live in Texas, so we kind of follow Texas news more often. But it does seem like Texas gets hit with the most stuff.
We're
West
closest
Nile,
to the desert,
Ebola,
though, which
We had the first case of Ebola, didn't we?
Yeah,
In the US?
in the U.S.
Right.
and we're closer to the desert, and plus we have water, so we're aiming towards it. But we had the most migration in our state, like everybody coming from across the world and across countries. They always travel through our cities and states.
Well, plus they think it
Bitches
entered through
love
South
Texas.
America or
They
Central
love
America.
Texas.
The Zika virus. That's where it came from originally.
Oh yeah.
The first person who had it came from there,
Oh okay.
somewhere down there.
With Ebola, it was a guy who went over there to help them, and then he came
I
back.
thought it was that one black lady that died.
Well, she did die,
Right.
but the guy that went over there from America, he went over there to help
that's
them.
Right. Yes.
He went over there to help them,
remember
and
now.
he was part of a missionary group, and he went over there to help them, and she died while they were over there, and he ended up traveling back and didn't realize it, that he contracted it, what is it?
Well, he wrote a contract that said that he could have
Jesus, he contacted
I'm going to infect you for 3 months.
signed this contract.
Right here.
So he contacted it. He contacted the virus, and he
Contracted.
Oh, well, for once, you know one word more than
Hey,
me.
what up? I didn't have to read it. If
I'm
I'd had
glad
to
you
read
knew it.
After the cell phone
Don't spit it out
calls.
your nose.
After the
Jesus
cell
Christ.
phone calls and the signatures.
Okay.
You
The
finally,
The real
finally got
word,
it.
well, at least I'm a shit, but the real word is contracted.
Contracted.
Or contracted. Yes. I'm sorry. I can't get it right. Fuck it. I'm done.
The real word is whichever one I didn't just say.
Okay, so let me get back to my point.
Gotta
though.
be my own people, okay?
Okay, people,
He just
listen.
brought it back with him.
Listen. So, but what my point I was making is, there isn't a virus of the year, but there are other stuff. Like, and I couldn't find dates for these other things.
Right.
But like other things that were big in the news, and you'll probably remember this: cell phone radiation. Obviously,
We're still on
like
today.
AIDS and stuff was big at one point. What's MRSA? I didn't.
MRSA.
MRSA.
That is the strongest form of staph infection that you can get.
Well, and I guess that was big at one point in time.
When was that? MRSA
I couldn't find dates on any of this.
MRSA's all the time. People.
You never want MRSA.
I never.
The,
Well, I know, but I
MRSA
never.
fuck you
I have
up.
never had staff ever in my life, but I did. Toby. Okay, so Toby, who is the host of this show, thinks that I have a tail that was cut off, and in that spot, the doctor said that I had staph, which was cut out of
she
me.
had microphilia. She grew a tail.
Which was horrible, and all it turned out to be was a mosquito bite.
So you have a tail.
She had a tail. There's a little scar where there used to be a tail.
There's no tail. I had a mosquito bite,
It
which
was
I
removed.
itched,
She's-
or I
I
scratched.
think she's a reptilian.
It itched, so I scratched it.
You're a reptilian now.
As a
Possibly what I
reptilian, would it
bitch.
grow back?
Anyway, so there's DDT also. The other things that were in the news are the How do you say that? You say that.
Asbestos?
Yeah, I can't say that word even
Asbestos.
if I'm not going to try to say it because I know I'm going to butcher it, and I just made fun of her
bad for you.
Well, I just made fun of her for trying to say contracted. I'm not going to mess this word up.
Don't
so,
fuck it
You
up.
didn't even try it, so it doesn't matter.
say it again.
The girl who-
Say it again.
Asbestos?
House insulation.
Which is normal
do you remember
because
that?
most houses built back in like 1950s,
Schools and
the
stuff were shut down
insulation
because of it.
inside of them was built by asbestos, which is a different. Now it's built by fiberglass, but asbestos is a different
And then,
material.
you know, remember when all the schools were shut down because of the mold and stuff?
Black mold and asbestos.
The MMR, the measles, mumps, and
Rubella.
and that was probably 1998. That's the only one.
MMR.
And that was linked to autism and, you know, big rabies outbreaks. So we've had crazy outbreaks all the time.
Every year, constantly. There's
Something-
got to be
well,
something to keep people on their toes to
Do-
freak
okay,
out
that's,
about.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think that this Zika thing is another thing like this, with a presidential election happening?
It's another flavor of the week.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, do you think it's as scary as what it is, or do you think it's again, like, look over here while we do stuff over here?
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I think it is. It's what all of the little flavor of the weeks that we have. If you ever notice, there's always a big catastrophe of something before an election. We should look up.
We should have
Which,
looked up
okay,
what
so
happens
I will
before
say
elections,
this,
'cause that
Because
is-
there's always something big for somebody to fix, and who's gonna fix it the right way, and they're all a bunch of.
I will
fucking
say
idiots.
this because remember when me and Toby
Well-
first started dating, I
We're
used
not
to come
dating.
home. Well, before we were dating, before we weren't dating,
Hey, will you date me again?
get real. I got bigger things to
Got
do.
rejected.
But whenever we first started dating, I used to come home and I used to tell him all these things about everything that was going on about, oh, well, this is going on. And I swear to God, it's just a phase in the media so people can look towards this and something else is going to go on. He'd go, you're the biggest conspiracy theorist I've ever seen. You're the biggest conspiracy theorist ever.
And that's why he fell in love
and
with
now here we are doing...
Oh, I don't believe this is a conspiracy theory.
No.
I don't think there's any cover up here, if you want my opinion.
We're just living a normal life. Zika virus with tiny baby heads. That's just normal life.
No. I think that the Zika is a real virus. I believe if we're like
I do.
coming
Well,
to the end of this and trying to figure out where everyone stands, I stand that this is actually what it is. It is something that has mutated and grown, and it's making its way.
grown in a lab.
Ooh, well, you got me there.
I do. I mean, I really do think that it is something that's grown in a lab. It's a wrench thrown into society that if you focus on this so much that people are so, they're so full of technology now and they're so focused on their phones and computers and everything like that. When you throw them a bone now like this versus what it would have been back, you know, like in the 70s, 80s, whatever, when there wasn't any technology, they didn't worry about it so much. Like this now, when you throw them a bone like
Well,
this,
I
and they're
think-
freaked out about it, so they focus all their attention on this because it's like reversing the
Well-
whole entire psychology. It's like reverse psychology for the government.
I
You go from one thing and you throw it back, and now here we are. We're dealing with the Zika virus, and we're dealing with Ebola, and we're dealing with the West Nile.
Okay, so I think that because of social media, it is much easier for everyone to spout their bullshit.
But on record, though, we don't have social media. We live normal lives. And if you don't have social media now, like if you notice this, because we don't have social media, we don't know a lot of things that are going around the world.
Exactly, and it's easier for people to share, like, I got sick because of this. Or Bluebell, let's take that for an example. My family got sick through Bluebell. You post it on Facebook, that gets shared to 20 people, that
Right,
gets
the
shared
more
to 30
people
more
that talk
people.
about it, the more uproar it brings.
Right, I'm just saying it's much easier. Everyone has a platform to stand on, and we're doing it right now, talking on this show. Like, everyone has their platform for everyone to come up with their theories on what's happening and why it's happening, and that's why some of these conspiracy theories are getting out of control, and that's why we're doing the show, to research it ourselves, to be like, okay, well, here's the facts for everyone. I feel that it's much easier for people to every ding dong, they have a voice. They can tell you every stupid thing that they think about now.
And unfortunately, while we're sitting here doing this podcast, which we do a lot, I know it doesn't do much by us sitting here and us doing things, and we should probably get out more and do more things about what we talk about, but I'm not getting out there. I'm sorry.
Are you saying that
I'll get infected?
Are you saying that we should get out there and help it, or?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I guess some people are like, well, you're just sitting there talking about it, and that's not doing anything. A lot of people that's where it comes to social media, and they're like Facebook. You can talk about it all day long, but you're not getting out there and doing anything about it.
If you believe that it's a conspiracy theory, you're already going to think the cards are stacked against you, and that you don't have a chance because the government's involved or whatever.
But I will say this: I am a lot of people who have smartphones and everything. They always listen to their same music, but I'm a very big person, and Toby knows this, and he makes fun of me for it. But I am a very big listener of radio, straight talk radio. From a lot of people don't do that anymore. Well, I haven't heard one thing about Zika virus, and I listen to a lot of it. I listen to one that's a radio station that plays music, and then I listen to one that is big on religion, and I haven't heard anything about Zika virus at all.
Well, that would be where the conspiracy theorists and everyone would be like, well, the media controls what
But you think they'd talk about it. You think they'd talk about it so they can get your mind off of everything else, and that you would be focused on it.
So it's only the news and TV?
I don't know. We don't have TV.
We have
Netflix.
So, Toby, you think that the Zika virus is just a
We don't have
virus
cable.
and
We
it
have
is
View.
what it is?
Well,
There's no...
I always want to try to take the side that there's no way that there's an Illuminati. There's no way that there's a secret plan to depopulize the world. I don't want to believe that. So I try not to think that. Because I think that sometimes that can be really silly and over exaggerated too.
But unfortunately, because
I think that cases, some of these things do happen, but it just seems kind of weird that the government wants to depopulize the world.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's
to
the
make more room, so there's
room for what?
I mean, watch
to make more people that they're trying to depopulize right now.
Resources.
Resources.
Limited resources.
But I don't know. It just there's a lot of stuff that seem funny to me, and it just seems very exaggerated.
So did you find where the Zika virus had actually came from?
Where no, a lab of some sort?
No, it's Africa.
Well,
They said it migrated up from Africa.
Uganda.
The Zika virus was discovered in 1947. It was...
and the Zika
I don't
forest.
see how it was...
It was not discovered in the wild, nor did it spontaneously arise. It was discovered by the Rockefeller Foundation scientist in one of their labs, in one of their monkeys there.
Rockefeller.
I did read something about the monkeys, and it was only a monkey to mosquito virus at first or something, but I don't remember. Again, it kind of got the Rockefeller. Anytime anyone talks about the Rockefellers, they're talking about the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the powerful families. There's 13 families, I think, that are supposed to be that run the world. We're gonna have to do an episode on the Illuminati one day, just so we can write down the families, figure out who they are, and presidents are involved in this, and I don't know enough about it to really say, but the Rockefellers are a big part of that.
Well, if you go to atcc.org, the Zika virus, ATCC VR-48, is actually available for purchase.
How much does that run?
I
may need some Zika in my
I was
life.
like, what are we doing? Advertising here?
We're buying some Zika. Apparently.
So I do have something to say though. That's going
It
to be
depends
really
on
big.
what
That's
kind
going
of
to blow your mind.
agency. what agency is purchasing it. If you're purchasing it for profit, it's $516. If it's a non-for-profit, it's $430.
Oh, well, Secret Transmission is a non-profit organization. We do not make any money, and we are broke.
We get that damn discount.
Cheaper.
So we're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, we're going to figure out everyone's opinions on the Zika virus.
Our state of mind, our perception, our thoughts build up the world around us. Do you want to be a slave of your mind or seize control and live the life you've always wanted? The choice is yours. Join me on Almighty Psyche and find out how you and I are the creators of our own universe. Follow me on Twitter, Almighty Psyche. Follow me on Facebook.com/AlmightyAndre. Send me an email for any questions or any topics that you'd like to cover at almighty.andre@genkstudios.com, almighty.andrey@GENKSTUDIOS. See you soon, almighty listeners.
Okay, so we're back. So, do you think this is a conspiracy, Kristen?
Oh, absolutely.
You think? Okay, so which?
I think it is. I think it can be as much as it is, and it can be brought into the world. I think that they can take it out, and they're not choosing to.
So you think it is man-made? It is
Absolutely, especially they're like warning people not to have kids. You're just
find
depopulating
that
the world.
really-
This is a method of depopulating the world.
Well, I did read an article that said that 2 women had natural abortions, like miscarriages, and so 2 other women opted to have abortions because they were afraid that the babies were going to be have the Zika, because they found out they had Zika virus.
right.
So there you go. There's 4 cases of women, and I also
Either
read
having an abortion or
miscarrying,
right,
which is another side effect of the Zika is miscarriages.
right.
So even if your baby comes out fine, you may not even have a baby in the first place because
50-50 chance. You never know.
Right.
So what do you think? Do you think this is a conspiracy on some degree?
I don't know. I really didn't read too much into it, but the way it was handled in the media, it was almost like a quick little, hey, look over here real quick. Because it was just real quick. So there really wasn't much to it.
So do you think that the conspiracy is it's a natural thing, but they're using it to
They're hyping
to
it
show
up.
you something
to
over
distract,
here?
right.
Okay.
It's kind of like Ebola. Ebola was a big thing for a few months, and then all of a sudden, poof, gone. Nothing.
Ebola was the same way.
Right.
It was
West
bizarre.
Nile, a lot of these little diseases show up. We don't know what's going on. 'Cause
They're
we're focused
so
on that.
big, and they're like, hey, stay right where you are. Don't move. Don't do anything like that. Don't, And it's then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you don't hear anything else about it. And you're like, keep living your lives.
Yep.
And no one even remembers that. And they keep trekking along because they're so involved.
Okay, Tina. What do you think? Do you believe that this is some type of conspiracy? Do you think that the government is behind this?
Yes. 100%. They're behind everything.
Which theory... Stop high-fiving. No high fives. Okay, which theory is it, though? Do you believe that it's the chemtrails? Do you think that it was grown somewhere? Do you think that it's... do you think it's just a plot to make you look over here while something over here is going on?
It's a man-made virus.
Okay.
I feel like with all the technology and information that we have nowadays, any new virus is going to be man-made. We have so many resources at our disposal now where people, have to be making some sort of virus to control population, one, to pull the wool over our eyes during a big presidential race.
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
I haven't done enough research on the Illuminati.
Absolutely. I do.
Are you a robot? Get out of here, robot.
I do. I believe in the Illuminati.
I haven't done enough research.
I believe.
You're a sheep!
But I do think that with all the information and knowledge and technology that we have nowadays, that to have a virus from the 1940s that's patented by a company all of a sudden now be a threat to us is just too too much of a question mark for
They've
me.
had like
Do you-
what,
do you-
60 years to fucking fix it?
Well,
Refine it.
70, yeah.
Refine.
so
Refine.
do you think
Good
that
word,
it's
refine.
a depopulation tool, or do you think that it's like maybe this is a test for some type of military type of weapon?
They're like, are they
I-
going to test
in
us
all
and have
honesty,
babies anyway?
I don't think our government is smart enough to have a clear-cut plan for anything.
They're just like
They're
throwing
just-
darts and just where they land, they land.
Wherever they land, they land. I really don't. I feel like our government has people that are smart enough to create viruses and create things, and they kind of have ideas of what they want, but maybe they're just testing out what we just said earlier. There's been a flavor of the year every year for a
Of
while.
some kind of
I think they're testing it out until they figure out what works for what they're
What
planning.
kills
The way
the
I
best.
believe is if you can form a human limb, like I've known that I've
rats?
seen like no,
On the
not
lab
on,
mice?
no, like
the gross
ears. You can form
Yeah.
an ear. You can form lips. You can form body parts to replace on somebody. So therefore, if you need to alter a mosquito, that's nothing in your world. Like that's easy. That's like fair game. Like you're just
You
pretending
know what else I
now
think?
and playing.
And this might be off topic, I don't know. But you know how they've been doing all these mosquito sprays? They do them often in the city. I don't know if
Oh
they
yeah,
do
they
them
do
here.
it. Yeah, they do.
But my mosquito population never went down. I had even more mosquitoes. Well, what the crap are they spraying in my yard?
Yeah, they do. They spray in the back alleys and they spray like in the
They would spray once a week
in your
Denton.
yards and everything. Like
Really?
especially where there's
Yeah.
large water sitting.
9 o'clock
I
at night.
still fucking got West Nile. What the fuck were you doing, the city of fucking Denton?
What are you spraying?
putting on blast.
Damn it.
Okay, Evan, since you're so angry, what do you believe?
Well, I believe that it was 100% man-made. I'm looking at the website atcc.org.
There's
Holly,
another
at you,
$50
boy.
you just
I'm
got.
gonna, you know what? Every time you say it from this point forward, I'm gonna put
Hold
some
a
kind of
Coke
jingle
can.
behind you,
Hold a Coke can.
and
That says
I'm
that.
gonna charge them.
Buy your viruses here.
See, he's secretly running spots on your show.
Yeah,
He created it.
Whatever,
They're not even
whatever they're
fucking
paying,
sponsoring
we
us
get a
that
cut
we're
for this
running on.
show. Okay.
Well,
What's that website one more time?
well, it is, if you want to know, atcc.org.
Buy your viruses here.
He just earned another $100.
Yes. So, I believe it's 100% man-made. It was, the source was blood from an experimental monkey in Uganda in 1947 by the Rockefeller Foundation. And if you look up anything on them, they're all about 100% population control. I believe it is all about
It's just straight
population
up
control.
population control. Why would they want to be population controlling?
Who knows?
People? Why do they want to kill off people?
Resources.
The Rockefellers?
These-
I'm telling you, it's resources.
I mean, I could see that. That could be the only point is resources, but you know, the Rockefellers live in the United States where there's plenty of resources.
Think about it though. If the Rockefellers, they're a very wealthy family. The more people that are here, the more wealth ends up being spread, the more taxes they have to pay, so on and so forth. Less people, more is for them. The less WIC
Those
cards
fucking
they have
Scrooge
to pay
McDucks.
for. That's what they are.
Swimming in their vaults with their money.
Swimming in their gold.
Diving off their fucking diving board into $100 bills.
Pieces of shit.
Fuck you, Rockefeller!
Oh no, somebody who's getting West Nile again.
Everyone at this table is getting Zika virus. You're getting Zika virus.
we're
You're
gonna
getting
get
Zika. We're all
something.
getting Zika virus.
Well, not Evan, because he's supporting the ATCC.
They've already got the vaccine whipped out for him, huh?
When you go onto the website, just search for VR-84. There you go. You've bought it, bitches.
Well, does anyone else have anything to add about the Zika virus, the Rockefellers, or monkeys of any sort?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy, that's it. Okay, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Stick around for the Kids Explain Everything. And we're out. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Kids explain everything.
Hello, and welcome to Kids Explain Everything. Who is with me today?
Gibson,
How old are you, Gibson?
6.
Have you ever been sick before?
Yes.
Is it fun?
No.
How did you get sick? Do you eat dirty things?
A long time ago, Mama was at the apartment. My dad made me drink Sprite.
I made you drink Sprite?
Yeah, and my voice was going away.
Yeah, your voice was going away?
Yes. And I was saying that, and you can hear me like a big, giant, quiet person.
Because you were losing your voice?
Yes.
Have you ever had a runny nose?
Yes.
Have you ever had coughs
Yes.
and a sore throat?
A long time ago, Mama was 4 and a kid.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah. How did you get a sore throat?
No.
You just get sick?
Yeah.
Do germs make you sick? Do you know what germs are?
Yeah.
That's why we wash our hands, huh?
Hair.
What?
Hair.
Hair? Germs are hair? Oh, I didn't know that.
And dirty dust.
So how do you not get sick?
Get medicine.
You get medicine?
And all Mormons get medicine all night long.
You get medicine in the mornings and at night?
Yeah.
And you get lots of sleep, right?
Yeah.
That's how you get rid of being sick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, very cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Say, catch you later.
Catch you later. Kids explain everything.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Please don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Secret Transpod. That's at SecretTranspod. If you'd like to contact us on show suggestions or just any reason at all, you can email us at secrettransmission@hotmail.com. Please go check out our friends' podcast, The Tattooed Bananas Pod, and our other friend, The Almighty Psyche. Both of their shows are on iTunes, and you can follow them on Twitter. The Tattooed Bananas Pod you can find at Tattooed Bananas. That's at TATTOOEDBANANAS. Almighty Psyche is at Almighty Psyche, at ALMIGHTYPSYCHE. We'll be posting new episodes every 2 weeks, so please come back and listen to us try to explain the unexplainable.
You see the outbreak originating.
Ready to say goodbye, Roger.
At the center of the Zika epidemic.
No, and that's the other thing.
Yes, Connie.
I know. I'll just start with in
Yellow, leave it mellow.
What do you not understand about that shit?
It wasn't yellow though.
It was red. Kid, get in the goddamn car.
Zika virus.
It's the longest.
Yeah,
God, I know.